Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about the pros and cons of living in Crofton, Maryland. If you're thinking about relocating to Anne Arundel County and Crofton has popped up in your home search, this video will help you break down some key things to know before making the move. Now before I get started, I just want to reiterate that this video is not based on my personal opinion, but is based on research that was conducted. With that being said, let's get into it. Crofton is a census designated place located between Bowie and Annapolis, just off Route 3. It's known for being residential, centrally located, and having a planned community layout. As always, this is not a recommendation, just a breakdown of common pros and cons based on housing trends, transportation access, and infrastructure. Now first up, a pro, the central location. Crofton sits in a pretty strategic spot in Anne Arundel County. You're roughly 30 minutes from both DC and Baltimore without heavy traffic, and even closer to Annapolis. It's right off Route 3 and near Route 50 and 97, which gives you solid regional access. Now this location does tend to appeal to people who need to commute in multiple directions or want to be close to several job centers. You're also a quick drive from Fort Meade, making it relevant for military and federal contractors. Next, a con. The traffic on Route 3. The downside to that central location, Route 3 can get congested, especially during peak commuting hours and on weekends when people are heading to Wall Chapel, Town Center, or passing through other parts of the region. There's not a ton of alternate road options to cut through Crofton, so when traffic starts to build, it builds. Now, this is something to consider if you're someone who commutes every day or wants more back road flexibility. Next is a pro. It has a very planned community feel. Crofton was originally developed as a planned community in the 1960s, and that layout is still evident. A lot of neighborhoods have cul-de-sacs, sidewalks, and HOA amenities like pools, tennis courts, or walking paths. The core of Crofton is designed around the Crofton Parkway, a loop that's popular for runners, cyclists, and community events. The sense of organization and the suburban feel make it a visually consistent and walkable area in many spots. Next, con. The limited public transit. One thing that Crofton doesn't have is direct access to the MARC train or Metro. You need to drive to Odenton MARC station, which is about 15 to 20 minutes away, or to New Carrollton for Metro access. Bus options are also very limited, so if public transportation is a key part of your daily routine, this may be a downside. Most residents do rely on personal vehicles for work, errands, and day-to-day travel. Next pro are the school assignments and community resources. As of the most recent data, Crofton is served by Anne Arundel County Public Schools, and in 2020, Crofton High School officially opened, which was a major change for the area. Before that, students were split between Arundel and South River high schools. Now, having a designated high school in the community provides continuity for students and adds to the community identity. There are also multiple parks, libraries, and youth sports programs in the area, which have been a part of the local culture for years. Next is a con, and it's the HOA rules and fees. Now, because so many Crofton neighborhoods are part of planned developments or townhome communities, HOA fees are common and in some cases required. These fees help maintain amenities, landscaping, and common areas, but they do add to monthly expenses. Some HOAs have stricter rules about home modifications, exterior changes, or even what kind of vehicles can be parked on the street. So it is something to think about or look into closely before buying or renting in the area. Another pro is the access to shopping and dining. Now, Crofton is home to multiple shopping centers and plazas, with Wall Chapel Town Center being one of the biggest retail hubs nearby. You'll find grocery stores, Target, restaurants, gyms, movie theaters. You don't have to drive far for errands or dining out. Now, this is especially convenient for people who want that suburban lifestyle without giving up big box retail or casual dining options. You're also close to additional shopping in Gambriel's, Bowie, and Annapolis. The next con on the list is higher housing prices than nearby areas. According to Zillow and Redfin, the median home price in Crofton typically falls between $450,000 and $550,000 depending on the neighborhood. That's higher than some nearby areas like Odenton or Severn, although still more affordable than parts of Montgomery County. For townhomes and condos, you may see pricing in the mid-300s to low 400s, but for single-family homes, especially within the Crofton Triangle, pricing tends to be higher. So while it's not the most expensive area in Maryland, it may not be the most budget-friendly in Anne Arundel County. The next pro, low crime rates compared to metro areas. Now, based on data from public safety reports, Crofton generally has lower crime rates compared to nearby urban centers like Baltimore or some parts of Prince George's County. Now, this doesn't mean that it's crime-free. No area is typically crime-free, but statistics from Anne Arundel County Police indicate that property crime and violent crime are both lower here compared to the county average. This is something people often ask about during their home search, and it's a factor to consider when reviewing neighborhood-specific data from county resources. The next con on the list is going to be limited nightlife and entertainment. If you're someone who wants to be close to bars, music venues, or nightlife, Crofton might feel a little quiet. The area is more residential, and while you find some local restaurants and pubs, it doesn't have the same entertainment options you get in like a large city. With that being said, you are a short drive from Annapolis and about 25 to 30 minutes from DC Nightlife, depending on the traffic. It's not far, it just doesn't offer those things directly within the community. If you're considering a move to Crofton and want to talk through your options, feel free to call or text me directly, or you can schedule a time to chat with me using the link in the description and pinned comment below. I'd be happy to walk you through what's on the market and what to expect during the process. In conclusion, the pros of living in Crofton include the central location with access to multiple cities, the planned community layout with HOA amenities, access to shopping, parks, and the newer high school, suburban environment, the established neighborhoods, and lower crime rates compared to other urban areas. Now for the cons, the congestion on Route 3 during peak hours, the limited public transportation options, the HOA rules and fees in a lot of the neighborhoods, and then of course the higher home prices compared to nearby towns, and the lack of nightlife. That's all I have for today's video. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I will see you on the next one.